My name is Ella Harper, 32 years old, and I never thought my family's idea of a joke would change my life forever. Growing up, my parents, Linda and Robert, and my older brother Jake loved their pranks, but they always came with a sting. I was the quiet one, dreaming of designing clothes, sketching dresses on napkins while they laughed it off as cute. At 16, they took me on a road trip to Wyoming, promising a fun family getaway. It ended with me stranded at a dusty gas station, left with $43 and a phone that died mid-call. Their words, "Let's see if she can," echoed as their car disappeared. That day I learned survival wasn't a game, and I was about to prove them wrong. Last week I found an old map from that trip, and it sparked something: memories, anger, and need to rise. They didn't know it yet, but I was ready to build a life they couldn't touch. My childhood was a mix of laughter and letdown. Jake, 35 now, was the golden child, captain of the soccer team, always Dad's favorite with his loud jokes. I loved sketching, spending hours with pencils and fabric scraps, but Mom called it a waste of time. At 10, I made a dress for a school play. Dad said, "Jake's goal won the game." By 14, I asked for a sewing machine. They bought Jake new cleats. At 18, I moved out, working at a diner to save for design school, finishing at 26 with a degree I earned alone. Jake's promotion got a party. My first sale of a scarf for $30 got a shrug. I started freelancing, earning $500 a month, but my family saw it as a hobby. That distance taught me to stand on my own, a lesson I'd carry forward. The trip started innocently. It was summer, and we piled into Dad's old van, heading to Wyoming for a family adventure. Jake teased me about my sketches, saying, "You'll never make it big." Mom laughed, "Maybe she'll design our curtains." Dad joined in, "Let's see if she can handle the wild." We stopped at a gas station in a small town, the air thick with dust and truck fumes. I went inside for water, and when I came out, the van was gone. A note on the pump read, "Joke's on you, Ella. Find your way home." My $43 was all I had, my phone dying as I tried to call. Panic hit, but a cashier, Mrs. Tate, noticed my distress. She offered me a sandwich and a chair, her kindness a lifeline. I sat there, stunned, as the sun dipped low, realizing they weren't coming back. I stayed at the gas station that night, sleeping on a bench, the $43 clutched tight. Mrs. Tate let me charge my phone the next day, but it barely worked. I sketched a dress to calm myself, and a truck driver, Mr. Cole, saw it. "That's good," he said, offering a ride to a nearby town. I took it, arriving in Jackson with $38 left after buying food. A local seamstress, Ms. Rivera, hired me for $5 to mend a curtain, my first job. I posted on Twitter, "Stranded in Wyoming, starting over," and it got 50 views with comments like, "Stay strong," lifting me. I saved them, my voice finding a start. I worked hard. Ms. Rivera taught me stitching tricks, and I earned $20 more fixing clothes. I rented a tiny room for $30 a week, using the rest for supplies. A cafe owner, Mr. Evans, commissioned a tablecloth design for $50, my skills growing. I vlogged, from stranded to stitching, teasing my journey, and it got 80 views. Comments said, "Keep going." I saved them, my hope building. I sketched a logo for a shop, earning $75, my designs catching eyes. Twitter posts like, "Building my thread," got 120 retweets, with support like, "You've got talent." I saved them, my confidence rising. The tension started. I wrote to my family, "Why did you leave me?" but got no reply. Mrs. Tate gave me old fabric scraps, and I made a scarf, selling it for $40. Mr. Cole returned, bringing a design magazine, inspiring me. I spent $10 on thread, my resources tight. I tweeted, "Rising from dust," hinting at my start, and it got 200 retweets. Comments cheered, "Show them." I saved them, my resolve strengthening. A local event invited me to display my work, my chance nearing. I arrived with my scarf and sketches, nerves steady, ready to face my past. But what I'd build would stun them. They wouldn't expect my rise, and I was ready to prove it. The event's quiet hum still echoed in my mind as I walked back to my room with Mrs. Tate, the scarf sale and my family's absence replaying like a challenge I was determined to meet. The Wyoming dawn broke through my small window, casting light on my sketchbook and fabric pile, signs of my growing resolve and the life I was building from nothing. The abandonment, my family's cruel joke, the $43, the empty gas station, had sparked a fire in me, and I was ready to turn their doubt into proof of my strength. The road ahead felt uncertain, but I was set to lay the foundation of a future they couldn't ignore. The weeks after the event brought steady progress that surprised even me. Mrs. Tate offered me a corner of her shop to work, and I started designing simple bags, selling my first for $25. I kept the earnings in a tin box, a small fortress of my independence. I wrote to Jake, "You left me, why?" But got no reply, just silence that stung. I saved his lack of response, my determination hardening. Mr. Cole brought a friend, Ms. Lopez, a tailor who taught me pattern making, and I practiced late into the night. I posted on Twitter, stitching my way up, and it got 300 views with comments like, "You're tough," warming my spirit. I saved them, my online support taking root. My skills grew quickly. Ms. Rivera hired me for $10 a day to alter clothes, and I earned $70 in a week. I rented a slightly bigger room for $40, buying a second-hand sewing machine for $50 with my savings. Mr. Evans ordered more tablecloths, paying $100, my designs gaining traction. I vlogged threads of survival, teasing my rise, and it got 150 views. Comments said, "Keep pushing." I saved them, my hope steadying. I sketched a dress for a local wedding, earning $150, my confidence blooming. Twitter posts like, "Designing my dawn," got 450 retweets, with support like, "You're a star." I saved them, my voice finding strength. A mentor appeared. Ms. Lopez introduced me to Mr. Grayson, a retired designer who saw my sketches. He offered free lessons teaching fabric cuts and color theory, and I soaked it up, my hands busy with new techniques. I spent $20 on quality thread, my work improving. I tweeted, "Learning to rise," hinting at my growth, and it got 600 retweets. Comments cheered, "Show them your worth." I saved them, my ambition growing. A small shop, Wyoming Threads, asked for a logo, paying $200, my first big break. My vlog views climbed to 250, and I felt a shift. My story was catching on. The tension crept in. Linda sent a letter. It was a joke, "Come home," but I tore it up, my trust gone. I saved the pieces, a reminder of my choice. Mrs. Tate gave me extra fabric, and I made a jacket, selling it for $80. Mr. Cole brought news of a design fair, and I prepared a portfolio, my skills sharpening. I spent $30 on display boards, my resources stretching. I tweeted, "Building beyond the joke," sharing my journey, and it got 800 retweets. Comments said, "Prove them wrong." I saved them, my resolve stealing. The fair invited me to showcase, my moment nearing. I arrived with my portfolio and jacket, nerves steady, ready to face my past. The fair was a turning point. I set up a table, my designs drawing a crowd. A buyer, Ms. Carter, offered $500 for a custom line, my biggest deal yet. I stayed calm, "I'll do it," my voice firm. The room buzzed, and I saw their surprise. My family wasn't there, but their doubt fueled me. Ms. Lopez helped with pricing, and I earned $300 more from sales. I vlogged, from stranded to styled, teasing my success, and it got 400 views. Comments flowed, "You're amazing." I saved them, my confidence soaring. A local paper mentioned my name spreading. My foundation strengthened. I saved $1,000 renting a workshop for $100 a month. Ms. Grayson's lessons led to a dress order for $400, my skills shining. I tweeted, "Roots in Wyoming," hinting at my rise, and it got 1,000 retweets. Comments cheered, "Keep building." I saved them, my future taking shape. The workshop buzzed with my designs, and I hired a helper, Tim, for $50 a week. A design contest loomed, my chance to shine. I prepared with care, sketching late, ready to prove myself. My family's joke had left me behind, but this marked my stand. They wouldn't expect my climb, and I was ready to reach new heights. The contest's quiet anticipation still buzzed in my mind as I walked home with Tim, the design win and my family's absence replaying like a challenge I was now overcoming. The Wyoming sunset painted my workshop window, casting light on my sketchbook and fabric stacks, signs of my rising success and the life I was shaping from their abandonment. The $43 start, the gas station goodbye, my family's mocking, "Let's see if she can," all had fueled a fire in me, and I was ready to climb higher, turning their doubt into a testament of my grit. The path ahead felt daunting, but I was set to build an empire they couldn't dismiss. The weeks after the contest brought a surge of progress that left me breathless. I won the design contest with a bold jacket, earning a $1,000 prize and a feature in a local magazine. I kept the check in my tin box, a growing symbol of my independence. I wrote to Linda, "You left me, why stay silent?" But got no reply, just more silence that hardened my resolve. I saved her lack of response, my focus sharpening. Ms. Lopez helped me refine my patterns and I hired a second helper, Sarah, for $60 a week. I posted on Twitter, "Winning my worth," and it got 1,500 views with comments like, "You're a force," lifting my spirit. I saved them, my online support expanding. My business took off. A boutique ordered 10 dresses, paying $2,000, my biggest contract yet. I upgraded my workshop to $150 a month, buying a new machine for $300 with my savings. Mr. Evans expanded his orders to $300, my designs now a staple. I vlogged, stitching my empire, teasing my growth, and it got 600 views. Comments said, "Keep shining." I saved them, my confidence steady. I designed a uniform line for a hotel, earning $800, my skills shining. Twitter posts like, "Threads of Triumph," got 2,000 retweets with support like, "You're unstoppable." I saved them, my voice gaining power. A mentor deepened my climb. Mr. Grayson introduced me to Ms. Carter, a fashion editor who offered branding advice. She suggested a logo and I sketched one, my business taking shape. I spent $50 on marketing flyers, my investment growing. I tweeted, "Branding my rise," hinting at my expansion, and it got 2,500 retweets. Comments cheered, "Take the stage." I saved them, my ambition soaring. A regional store chain, Mountain Style, commissioned a $3,000 collection, my breakthrough moment. My vlog views climbed to 900 and I felt a shift. My name was spreading. The tension rose. Robert sent a letter. It was a prank, come back. But I burned it, my trust shattered. I saved the ashes, a marker of my boundary. Mrs. Tate donated a fabric lot and I made coats, selling them for $200 each. Mr. Cole brought news of a design expo and I prepared a full line, my skills peaking. I spent $100 on travel, my resources stretching. I tweeted, "Beyond their joke," sharing my journey, and it got 3,000 retweets. Comments said, "Show them your power." I saved them, my resolve hardening. The expo invited me as a featured designer, my moment looming. I arrived with my team, nerves steady, ready to face my past. The expo was a milestone. I displayed my collection, the crowd buzzing with interest. Ms. Carter offered a $5,000 deal for a seasonal line, my career soaring. I said, "I'm in," my voice strong. The room applauded and I saw their awe. My family wasn't there, but their doubt pushed me. Tim handled sales and I earned $1,500 more from booth traffic. I vlogged, from dust to designer, teasing my success, and it got 1,200 views. Comments flowed, "You're a legend." I saved them, my confidence peaking. A national magazine, Style Horizon, contacted me for a feature, my story gaining traction. My ascent continued. I saved $5,000, expanding the workshop to $200 a month. Ms. Carter's advice led to a website, costing $400, my business modernizing. I tweeted, "Designing my legacy," hinting at my growth, and it got 4,000 retweets. Comments cheered, "Keep leading." I saved them, my future solidifying. The team grew to 5 and I trained them, my leadership emerging. A design award loomed, my chance to shine. I prepared with care, sketching late, ready to prove myself. My family's prank had left me stranded, but this marked my ascent. They wouldn't expect my height and I was ready to reach it. The award ceremony's applause still rang in my ears as I drove home with Tim and Sarah, the design win and my family's distant memory replaying like a victory hard-earned. The Wyoming night stretched out, stars bright against the dark, a fitting backdrop to the freedom I'd claimed. I woke up each morning in my expanded workshop, the sketchbook and fabric rolls beside my desk, reminders of my journey from a stranded teen to a thriving designer. The soft hum of my new sewing machines filled the air, a sound of success built from the $43 my family left me with. Their cruel joke, "Let's see if she can," had ignited a fire, and I was ready to bask in the warmth of my triumph, turning their abandonment into a legacy they couldn't touch. The path had been long, but I'd reached the top and my heart felt full. The months after the award brought a flood of success that solidified my rise. The design award came with a $5,000 prize and a feature in Style Horizon, catapulting my agency, Wyoming Weave, into the spotlight. Tim and Sarah managed orders, their teamwork a testament to my leadership. I framed the award on my wall, next to a sketch of that gas station, a reminder of where it all began. I wrote to Robert, "I've made it, your joke failed," and he replied, "We're proud, can we talk?" with a hint of regret. I saved it, feeling their past control fade into irrelevance. Miss Carter suggested a family meeting to set boundaries, and I planned it at my workshop, a space that was mine. I posted on Twitter, "From stranded to star," and it hit 5,000 views with comments like, "You're a legend," and "Incredible journey." I saved them, my online community, a pillar of strength. Jake reached out, his voice unsteady. "Oh, we were wrong. Can we meet?" I said, "Yes, but with rules." Linda added, "We miss you," and I felt a flicker of hope tempered by caution. I called Ms. Lopez, who cheered, "You've won, Ella," and I recorded her voice, a cherished boost. Inspired by my start, I donated $5,000 to a youth design program, opening doors for others. My vlog, Weaving My Victory, reached 1,500 views with comments like, "Your story inspires." I saved them, my influence growing. The family meeting at my workshop was a turning point, my designs lining the walls. Robert said, "We went too far, Ella," and Linda added, "We're sorry for the prank." I showed the award and program flyer. "This is my life now," I said, my voice firm. I played Ms. Lopez's recording and their faces softened. Robert's nod, Linda's tears, Jake's quiet look. I set boundaries. No control, just respect. They agreed, clapping as I explained the program, a new understanding forming. My triumph expanded. The workshop rent rose to $250 and I hired 3 more staff, paying $200 a week total. Wyoming Weave hit $50,000 in sales, and a city boutique offered a $10,000 contract. My vlog climbed to 2,000 views, and Twitter trended Ella's Edge, with comments like, "Design Queen." I saved them, my reach widening. Miss Carter secured a Fashion Week slot and I prepared with excitement. The Fashion Week debut was my peak. I showcased my line, the crowd cheering. Jake confessed, "We left you to test you, we're sorry." The audience applauded and I nodded, "Thank you, but I'm set." The family watched, their support a surprise. Ms. Lopez hugged me, whispering, "You did it," and I felt free. Afterward, we sat among my designs. Jake brought an old sketch saying, "Mom kept this." Linda promised, "We'll cheer you on." I shared my gas station story and they listened. The program hit $15,000 and I planned a mentorship. My vlog reached 2,500 views with comments like, "Rise higher." I saved them, inspiring others. If you've been left behind, break free. Share below. Subscribe to Revenge Tempest for more triumph tales. Hit the bell for updates. Until next time, weave your path.